Hi, this is Paul from ChartTradingPros.com, and I'd like to present to you the video of the week. I'd like to cut through the chase and get right down to what separates a successful trader from a losing trader. I want to talk about three basic things in trading. First, about 20% of the success of a trader is the method he uses. 80% of it is him or herself. It is a mental game. It's similar to playing golf. It isn't difficult to hit the little white ball down the fairway and eventually get it into that little hole, but it's much different when you're doing it by yourself than when you're competing against someone else. The second thing is, what is truly happening in the markets, whether it be stock, futures, options, or Forex. We're going to concentrate on Forex, but it's true about all markets. About 60% of the time, they're range bound or consolidating. And about 30% of the time, they're trending. 10% is that time frame when they're breaking from one to the other. So if you know that 20% of a successful trader is only his method and 80% is his mental capacity, and 60% of the time it's range bound, only 30% is trending, then it suggests that you need to understand whether you want to be a range-bound trader or a trend trader, and if you do both, when to do both, and how to do both. And only the how is 20%. 80% of it is you being disciplined enough to make the trades and get out of the trades at the proper times and the proper method. There are basically three books that almost everybody should have in their library to learn to do these things. One is the Candlestick Course by Steve Nissen, N-I-S-O-N. The other is both books called The Wizards. There's the New Wizards and the Regular Wizards by Jack Swigert. And the third book is The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. There are other good books, but those three are almost a necessity. And if you learned the things that are in those books, you'll learn methods on how to trade and the mental discipline on how to take your method and become a success. You'll also learn things like risk-reward ratios. There's no sense trading unless you make more money than you put at risk. And most people will tell you that risk-reward ratio should be 1 to 2. You take a 10 pip risk, you better be able to make 20 pips on that 10 pip risk. You also need to find out what type of trader are you. There are basically three types of traders. There's a position trader, a swing trader, and a day trader. The position trader is good for those kinds of people that have a little bit more in their account, can afford to put more risk on a single trade, but hold the trade for a long period of time, or may not be able to trade more than maybe 20 or 30 minutes a day, and usually at night. They'll put in a trade on a day chart and hold it for many days, if not weeks, and that's a position they take, whether it be a commodity, a stock, or even a futures contract. The swing trader is somewhere between that and a day trader. Swing traders are going to hold a position for hours, sometimes days, but usually not more than a couple days to a week. The day trader is the more aggressive, in and out, certain times of the day, maybe make 2 trades a day, 3 trades a day. Very rarely will hold a trade overnight, never over a weekend. The position trader will make money as well as the other two, but in a shorter amount for the same amount of time, where the day trader will make the most money in a short period of time, presuming they know what they're doing. And in doing that, all three of those types of traders also need to know money management and position sizing. You shouldn't risk more than 2 to 5% of your total equity in a particular trade or a session. And money management is merely the risk-reward ratio and how to place your trades and when to get out so that you maximize your risk-reward ratio. To help do all these things, there are mentorship programs from many sources. We strongly recommend you obtain a mentor somehow, some way, some form. It does not have to be someone local. It can be, with today's technology, someone halfway around the world. But the local people could be your best bet if you need to see someone. Doesn't matter whether you use Chart Trading Pros or someone else. There are some companies that have offices all over the world. Obviously, the office will only be as good as the person in it. Other sources will have one central place in the part of the world and will talk via the computer. Those are what we would recommend if you can't find someone that you fit in with locally, because depending on where you live in the world, there may not be someone locally for you. If you don't get along with the person or you're not like-minded in your trading philosophies, there's no sense even being mentored by them because there's going to be a conflict. There is a disclaimer that we and everyone else talks about, that we are personally teachers and not we are teachers and traders and not advisors, excuse me. And there is a risk in trading. You can lose your equity, your capital, so don't use money you can't afford to lose. And there is no guarantee that future results will be based upon past performance. But I don't want someone to take the attitude that they will quit if a trade goes against them or 2 or 3 trades goes against them. You have to take the attitude that if you took, say, 30 trades, roughly 20 to 22 or 3 of them will go good, and roughly 7 to 10 of them will not go good. You don't want to give up if you happen to catch 4 or 5 of the first 7. It's kind of a nice attitude to have that you just got those out of the way and now you have less trades go against you in the next 30. But you can come and watch us for free for 2 weeks. We usually give a week free in our chart room, but you can come to our website, www.charttradingpros.com. On the first page, put in your email, and you'll get 2 free weeks in the time frame from you hear this till the end of October. And you can watch us trade and see whether you like the way we trade or not, or at least get some information. We give some free classes in that chart room. And please join us, and if not, get the books, learn how to trade, and find yourself a mentor. Happy trading, and hope to see you on the other side.